Good afternoon, everybody. Your ceremony will start in a few minutes, so before we begin, a few housekeeping requests. First of all, please remain seated. If you want to take photographs during the ceremony, you are very welcome to, but please do not leave your seat or obstruct anyone else's view. Our official photographer will move around the cathedral during the ceremony, and their photographs will be available for you to view in the online graduation gallery soon. If you have a mobile phone, please ensure it is now turned off or set to silent. In the unlikely event that the fire alarm is activated, please remain where you are unless an announcement is made to evacuate the building. During the ceremony, each graduate's name will be read out individually as they cross the platform, and we congratulate them all with enthusiastic applause. We hope that you enjoy the ceremony, and please continue your celebrations with us on the Cathedral Green afterwards. Now please stand for the procession. Thank you.
Please be seated. Chancellor, Lord Lieutenant of Cheshire, High Sheriff of Cheshire, Deputy Lord Mayor of Chester, distinguished guests. A very warm welcome to you all as we gather together in Chester's magnificent cathedral on this very special day. My name is Jill Reeve and I'm Senior University Chaplain and Dean of Chapel. In addition to those of us gathered here in the cathedral, we're also gathered as well with others online, and we extend a really warm welcome to all of you as well. In our graduation ceremonies this week, we are also conferring honorary degrees, acknowledging those who have made a contribution to society beyond the university. And we are delighted to be able to introduce to you one of our honorary graduands later in this service. Gathered here in Chester Cathedral, it's worth noting the special relationship between the cathedral and the university that goes back to our roots as a pioneering and innovative teacher training college founded in 1839. Few teachers at that time had any formal training, and Chester College was the first purpose-built teacher training college of its kind in England. If you had joined as one of the first 10 students in 1840, your general studies would have included geometry, algebra, and bookkeeping. And in your spare time, you would also have helped to build our university chapel and even a steam engine. Back in 1839, the dean and chapter of this cathedral gifted the land that is now our Exton Park campus, just down the road from here. The relationship between the cathedral and the university remains an important one to this day, and we are grateful to Dean Tim and the team for their ongoing support. Our university has changed immensely since the 1840s, but our mission statement continues to express our roots and our foundational values. Founded in faith, creating community, serving society. Our multi-faith chaplaincy team now has the joy of supporting a vibrant, diverse, and international community of staff and students. Each one of you has made your own unique contribution in your time with us, and we are thankful for each one of you. And so, as the ceremony begins, I would encourage each of you to put any distractions aside, including worries about whether that cap of yours will actually stay on your head, and simply enjoy this very well-deserved moment. As we begin, let us unite our hearts and our prayers for each one of you graduating today. May you use your unique gifts and talents well, always mindful of the needs of others, and with a heart of care and compassion that is committed to a fairer and more just world. May you keep alive in you a spirit of inquiry and exploration, with an openness to question and be questioned in the search for truth, learning, and new insights. May you find before you new possibilities and wider horizons, and have the confidence to step out in faith with a sense of adventure, joy, and hope. And always let integrity be your guide. And may God bless you today and in the days ahead. Amen.
Permissum vicis ineo. I declare open this congregation for the presentation of degrees and awards. This is exciting, isn't it? Good afternoon. My name is Giles Brandreth, and I have the honor to be the Chancellor of the University of Chester. You may well wonder what the Chancellor of the University does, what being Chancellor means. Well, the Chancellor is the ceremonial head of the university. The executive head is the Vice-Chancellor, and I shall be saluting her later, and you will be hearing from her later. I'm the ceremonial head. What does that involve? Well, when I became Chancellor of this university, I spoke to a number of other university chancellors and said, what is involved? And they said, it's really quite simple. You just have to turn up, put on the ceremonial robes, and then at the graduation ceremony, you have to offer a few nuggets of wisdom and a good, firm handshake. So that is my plan today. I'm thrilled to be here. I'm thrilled that actually my role is ceremonial, but I really do want to salute you. Of course, I also want to salute the team here, led by the Vice-Chancellor. A lot of people have made your time here successful. A lot of people have helped bring you to this special day today. And can we begin, please, by thanking all the people at the University of Chester who have made this journey for you possible. Well done, Vice-Chancellor and the whole team at the university. This is an important day for you, it's an important day for the university, and it's exciting that the people who are the significant people in our community also feel it's an important day for them and for the community. I want to salute and say how grateful we are to the High Sheriff of Cheshire, the Lord Lieutenant of Cheshire, the Deputy Lord Mayor of Cheshire for being here. They are special people. Can we give them a round of applause? And while we are in applause mode, I notice that the Lord Lieutenant has come with her consort, her partner. I know that the Deputy Lord Mayor has got her consort with her. I know that my wife is kindly here. I've noted the Vice-Chancellor's husband is here. Can we have a moment in life to salute the people who come along to these events to support us as well? So please, a round of applause for all the consorts and partners who have bothered to turn up. This is a particularly exciting ceremony for me because, as well as saluting all of you who have worked so hard to be here today, we're saluting a friend of mine who is here today because of a lifetime achievement. She is a remarkable individual. She's a lexicographer. You'll be hearing about her achievements a little later on, but you'll be excited, I hope, to meet her. I have been thrilled to know her over very many years. I first met her when I appeared on a television program called Countdown, and I found her as the doyenne of Dictionary Corner. She's called Susie Dent. She's marvelous, and you'll be meeting her a little bit later. We've remained friends for many years. I admire her hugely. We do a podcast together about words and language called Something Rhymes with Purple. And most recently, we did a program together called Celebrity Gogglebox. You may not have seen this program. They use the word celebrity quite loosely. It's a program where people are filmed watching television. That's the essence of the program. I first did it some years ago with a wonderful British actress called Dame Sheila Hancock. Wonderful actress, now 90 years of age. And we began doing it maybe 5 years ago. And it was quite strange for us because I think it was the beginning of the pandemic. And we found ourselves sitting on a sofa at home being filmed for this program, Gogglebox. And all they do is they film you watching television. That's it. So we sat on this sofa the early days of the pandemic, me at my age, Dame Sheila Hancock approaching 90, realizing we were sitting on a sofa together in a room in the middle of a global pandemic, gradually getting hooked on a program called Naked Attraction. And unfortunately, because Sheila is of an age, her sight was going, and we had to move the sofa closer to the television. So I salute everybody who has come here today, and I salute this building as well. It's wonderful to be here in this extraordinary, glorious cathedral. You're in one of the most amazing rooms in the world. Value that, appreciate that, savor the moment. This building, this city, has been here for 1,000 years. It has seen so much. Chester, the word Chester, comes from the Latin castrum, meaning a fortified place. If I haven't got that right, Susie Dent will correct me later. And I may not have got it right because my Latin teacher at school was pretty hopeless. A very nice man called Major Dulch, but he wasn't very good at Latin. For many years I thought in loco parentis meant my dad's an engine driver. But this city has seen so much. It's seen invasion. It's seen civil war. It's seen change, sometimes for good, sometimes for worse. It's seen the travails of the world. And if you watch the television at all and see the news, you will know that the travails of the world that have been with us since the beginning of the world continue to this day. But do not look at the world and despair. Remember, the world that contains tragedy and darkness also contains glory and beauty. And remember, too, that maybe you can't change the world overnight, but you can make a difference. And the first of my nuggets of wisdom I'm going to share with you are a line, really, from a wonderful poet who was also an artist called William Blake. And he said, "He who would do good must do it in minute particulars." You can change the world one deed at a time. And you people, with the qualifications, the training you've received here, are going out into the world, I hope, to change the world one deed at a time. He or she who would do good must do it in minute particulars. My second nugget for you is from another writer, not a poet, but a novelist, Henry James, great American novelist who chose to live in England. He said 3 things in human life are important. The first is to be kind. The second is to be kind. And the third is to be kind. I give you one more nugget, one more quotation from one of my teachers, a man called Mr. Stocks, who was the headmaster of one of my schools. He was 82 years of age. I thought I'd never met anybody so old. Anyway, he said to me, only a few words actually, when I left the school, he said, "Brandreth," because they called you by your surname in those days, "Brandreth, remember this. Busy people are happy people. Busy people are happy people." I've remembered that and I've stayed busy ever since. I hope you will be busy. Recently, Susie Dent and I are broadcasters. That's one of the things that we do. I was thinking about a wonderful broadcaster called Michael Parkinson, who died recently, who had interviewed many great people over his lifetime. He was a TV chat show host, interviewed a lot of people. And I said to him once, "What do you think is the characteristic that unified all these people you've interviewed, from senior politicians, world statesmen, scientists, great actors, film stars? What unifies these people? What do they have in common?" And he said they have one thing in common: hard work. They all worked incredibly hard. So my message to you is be busy, work hard, be kind. And today, as well as being busy and being kind, I hope you can be proud. Be proud of what you have achieved. It is remarkable. But what you've achieved, you couldn't have achieved without the support, the love of your family, your friends, your parents, your guardians, those around you. So this is a moment to applaud all of them, those who have helped you on this journey to this place. A round of applause for friends, family, and loved ones. So you've had my nuggets of wisdom. In a moment you're going to get the handshake. The moment you actually get your degree, the moment it's conferred upon you, is when you get my handshake. Now you may think, what's a handshake from him? I was boasting earlier today that I'd met every British Prime Minister since Sir Winston Churchill. And somebody said to me, well, thinking of some of the Prime Ministers we've had, we'd rather you washed your hands before you shook our hand. So I'm not going to give you a Prime Minister's hands at second remove, but I do want to make the handshake memorable. And so I'm going to offer you this. I have shaken the hands of many literary figures. When I was a small boy, I was lucky enough to meet the great English and indeed American poet T.S. Eliot. So when you shake my hand, you're shaking the hand that shook the hand that wrote The Wasteland, the Four Quartets, and other great poems. But actually this may intrigue you even more. I was lucky enough to meet and to know a writer who was also a bookseller called Christopher Robin Milne. He was the son of A.A. Milne, the man who in the 1920s wrote the Winnie the Pooh and Christopher Robin stories. Christopher Robin was a real boy, the son of A.A. Milne, and he had a real teddy bear that was Winnie the Pooh. And A.A. Milne wrote these stories in the 1920s that became world famous, eventually ended up being bought by Walt Disney and turned into Winnie the Pooh films. But the point of this, ladies and gentlemen, you new graduates, when you shake my hand, remember this. You won't just be shaking my hand, you'll also be shaking the hand that shook the hand that held the paw of Winnie the Pooh. No other university in this country, or indeed the world, can offer you that. That's just one of the reasons you chose the University of Chester. And we are so glad that you did, and so proud of you and your achievement today. Go out into the world now, be kind, be useful, be busy. Be proud of what you have achieved, and be grateful to those who helped you achieve it. My hand awaits yours. Congratulations.
Chancellor, in the name of the Senate, I present to you these graduands for admission to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in this university.
By virtue of the authority invested in me, I admit these graduands to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy of the University of Chester.
For a programme of study entitled SME Corporate Philanthropy, CP, exploring how CP is managed and appraised for its impact on communities, to Teresa Roberts and Kaz. For a programme of study entitled Understanding Founders and Successors' Expectations of British Higher Education Related to the Chinese Family Business, an Extrapolative Expectation Perspective, Keat Zhu. Chancellor, in the name of the Senate, I present to you these graduands for admission to the degree of Master of Science in this university.
By virtue of the authority invested in me, I admit these graduands to the degree of Master of Science of the University of Chester.
Opeyemi Ibiwumi Abdul Karim. Akinkunmi John Abiara. Olawasolape Funmileo Abiola Pela. Stacey Rebecca Adams. Ibrahim Adeyemi Adibari. Abdulatif Olatunji Adebayo. Adidapo Sampson Adifabi. Timo Tokipi Joel Adikunli. Shahanas Adnan. Itzi Ada Anita Ahaniku. Muhammad Mehmood Ahmad. Talha Ahmad. Syed Sharok Esun. Simeon Shei Ajayi. Edmund Chukwutami RJ. Olafunso Akinson. Oyinkansola Hakinyeye. Wasim Akram. Rashid Hirday Baryo Hurlayede. Ajith Ambalathera Monahan. Tawakal Itu Aduni Amodu. Amithal Anilal Manjula. Rail Ajam. Daniela Odion. Kwaku Asamoah. Naomi Miracle Eweya Esubia. Tomiwa Pilumi Hawanuna. Anu Baby. Emmanuel Dimelade Bakari. Ayushma Bandira. Ozimo Blessing. Mojisola Bolarinma. Mutita Urana Kunamira. Jack Bauer-Jones. Kelvin Osamuyemen Brimo. Mohammed Burhan. Isaiah Matthew Collins. Anita Divasia. Maria Divasi. Oluseyi Gabriel Egbedeyi. Roland Ihadi Ihawe. Yvonne Ehiji Epol. Godwin Oboseyi I Yonoria. Chiamaka Ijikemi Ibilua Kuke. Stanley A.K. Mona Elias. Olaronke Adiola Falola. Ola Wakubokola Famuide. Olobenga Olomayawa Fejibini. Esanol Hak Fohad. Fayensi Frede. Freddie Paul. Uche Cynthia Gibimudu. Justin Paul George. Craig Griffiths. Asfandia Ul Haq. Mohammed Harris. Usman Iftikhar. Freddie Uknatius. Anne-Maria James. Fiza Javed. Menak Kevdi Jashankar. Etsil Arasan, Yi'il Arasan. Saeed Muhammad Ali Juhar. Manu Johnny. Diana Jose. Jithamal Jose. Juhal Joshi. Judith Ikem Kaluen Chege. Teresa Kana Kahraj. Aswathi Ramasan. Fazil Karim. Parampreet Kaur. Taiba Tamisun Kayani. Hafiz Muhammad Aitaisam Khalid. Mohammed Alim Al-Raji Khan. Mohammed Ibrahim Raza Khan. Mohammed Ayaz Khan. Usama Nawab Khan. Vaishnavi Kodakara Anikumar. Maria Kotadi Kunatom. Aparna Kotalai Ramesh. Ebin Kuri Akosi. Minu Anna Kuriakosi. Adiola Lawal. Lydia George. Nikki Mahatara. Kamran Majid. Abhaya Mariam Dennis. Rubin Darwin Mathai. Albin Matthew. Farida Mohammed. Hafiz Mohammed Qaisar Majid. Tayyab Munir. Mashuda Nanakal. Nibu Napoleon George. Rumisa Navas. Most Sakila Natsnin. Jennifer Juliet Chinieri Obey. Adedoyin Ayokemi Ogbonaway. Valentine Chika Oguahamba. Olowasian Origomi Ogombiyi. Samuel Olowasian Ogundeko Akinrololu. John Oji. Tosin Adoronke Ojo. Chukwu Bu Ikem Valentin Okafor. Emmanuel Alumidi Okoyewo. Rita Data Okojaija. Okon Ense Armstrong. Omolola Okoya. Olaleye Moshood Olayakinya. Eniola Omotara Olanyeyi. Mary Ifioma Olayimi. Thayor Holo Kariordi. Obed Oluwasutosid Ololeye. Bolanley Margaret Olumenfu. Olafseo Aditon Olesegun. Joseph Osamuadian Omoruji. Nonso Oye Ogu. Moranike Olowaseum Oresejo. Eraborma Otiodi. Okiichi Owowo. Abhishek Paramba Felandi. Asias Haja Pazhira. Sabari Ponusami. Mohammed Asad Ali Kazi. Abdurrahman. Avani Ravindran. Athira Ravindran Nair. Kirthana Ravi. Dharani Ravichandran. Muhammad Zubair Raza. Hamza Razak. Amal Sabu. Afiz Bamideli Salami. Ashish Sam Raju. Godstime Unasom Sampson. Gauri Santhosh. Angel Sebastian. Reshma Sebastian. Aravind Seladurai. Aislinn Shaaji. Drona Shaji. Shakti Parathi. Vishnu Sheila Gopan. Hira Sharat. Jebunessa Shuvo. Zilpa Mohanan. Rubini Sansitha Sivanathan. Sumi Skaria. Midhon Somaraj. Mary Sachu Stephen. Ahmed Abiodun Suleiman. Itoro Brian Sunday. Ashwin Sukilnu Kumar. Sabitri Tamang. Faiza Thala. Hafiz Olatunde Towabola. Ojunwa Joyce Ubani. Tausif Ullah. Philip Uwefo. Kelly Chukwu Biemkem Utso. Roshma Nelson. Linson Farghese. Amala Vataparambil Shaju. Gokul Gopal Venugopalan Nair Sopa. Sujan Waiba. Justice Tuche Weje. Abdul Samad Teo Youssef. Raja Kamran Zaman. Faisal Zehran. Mohammad Hamza Zia. Chancellor, in the name of the Senate, I present to you these graduands for admission to the degree of Bachelor of Arts in this university.
By virtue of the authority invested in me, I admit these graduands to the degree of Bachelor of Arts of the University of Chester.
Sumrat Uday Kari. Mohammed Haysam Akharari. Leah Jane Aldridge. James Robert Montgomery Allen. Grace Andrew. David Ansell. Davilia Antonio. Caitlin Ellen Ball. Lewis Barlow. Mia Bartlett. Kira Bassett. Phoebe Bateman. Robert Beetham. Dominic Spencer Bird. Leah Berry. Heather Bonza. The recipient of the Department of Management Award for Enterprise is Liam Boyle. Leah Brotherton. Henry Buckley. Joseph Butler. Cameron Cha. Emma Chamberlain. Connor Bobby Christian. Saffron Churchill Heavens. Dylan Cook. Layla Louise Kraft. Emily Critchley. Emily Davison. Jessica Lucy Deponio. Freya Dickinson. Oliver Dimilo. Angelina Dimitriou. Jackson Edwards. Lily Fasafalu. Rachel Foster. Joseph Gibbons. Eve Gilbert. Heather Joan Glancy. Jordan Gould. Josh Griffiths. Sean Marinda Hall. Catherine Horworth. Callum Harris. Aaron Hewitt. Ryan Hill. Ellie Hynett. Fang Ji Hu. Charlotte Hughes. Kessa Hughes. Rachel Hughes. Marcin Jasinski. Anna Jones. Emily Kate Jones. Luke David Jordan. Christina Joseph. Zoe Lee Jukes. Henry Kibbe. Matthew Knight. Melina Kowalska. Emma Louise Lindsay. Kelly McCann. Thomas Ambrose Calidor McCartney. Hannah Mullins. Ali Nawaz Malik. Rita Adeyina Obeyeng. Olawatobi Henry Olanri Waju. Recipient of the Global Citizen Student Prize, Oscar Oldbury Swift. Morgan Page. Elena Rebecca Pedersen. Nathan Rees. Friede Helen Hoff Roald. Carolina Hoff Roald. Rosie Rutherford. Joseph Ryan. Lauren Catherine Ryan. Ali Sajjad Chowdhury. Jack Sanderson. Tiffany May Seeger. Natalie Sibaha. Anmol Sikeri. Jasmine Rose Smith. Sumi Stalin. Tobias Rory Taylor. Daisy Heather Thompson. Alicia Toland. Melissa Sophie Ward. Catherine Wheeler. Daniel Andrew Wilcock. Grace Wilkinson. Kieran John Williams. Olivia Williams. Heo Ran Zhang. Chancellor, in the name of the Senate, I present to you these graduands for the award of postgraduate diploma of this university.
By virtue of the authority invested in me, I present to these graduands the award of postgraduate diploma of the University of Chester.
Patience Asantiwa. Olawashola Balugan. Anita Barty. Layana Joshi. Gokulraj Kupusami. Papula Maharjan. Thomas Makatukalam George. Emmanuel Jason Sankar. Opialuwa Olobunmi Sodomola. Abalore Tawakalt Tijani. Chancellor, in the name of the Senate, I present to you this graduand for the award of Diploma of Higher Education of this university.
By virtue of the authority invested in me, I present to this graduate the award of Diploma of Higher Education of the University of Chester.
Kaya Brown. John Bannister. Chancellor, I make application to you to present the degrees and awards listed to those candidates at the University of Chester who have not been presented in person, but whose names appear in the programme and who have indicated that they wish their degrees to be presented in their absence. I certify that they are worthy to receive those degrees and awards, and I stand as proxy for them.
I admit them to those degrees and present those awards, and I accept you as proxy. I now call on the Public Auditor to present the honorary graduand, Susie Dent, for admission to her degree.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is my pleasure to present to you Susie Dent for admission to the degree of Honorary Doctor of Letters. In the world of words, etymology and language, few names stand as prominently as Susie Dent. An accomplished lexicographer, television presenter and author, Susie Dent has enthralled and educated audiences with her deep love and understanding of the English language. With her impeccable knowledge and dedication to linguistic precision, she has become a household name, admired by language enthusiasts and learners around the globe. Susie Dent's journey into the captivating realm of words began early in life. She displayed a remarkable aptitude for language, which would later shape her extraordinary career. Her passion for words, spelling, and etymology found its roots during her childhood, and she cultivated this fascination throughout her educational pursuits. Susie's educational journey took her to Somerville College, Oxford, where she studied and graduated in modern languages. Our ceremony this afternoon is all the more special for Susie, as being overseas at the time, she was unable to attend her first degree ceremony. Oxford, renowned for its rich linguistic tradition, was the perfect breeding ground for her linguistic talents. Here she honed her language skills and developed a profound love for the intricate world of etymology, tracing the origins and evolution of words. Her true breakthrough came when she joined Oxford University Press, one of the world's most prestigious publishing houses. Susie's tenure at the OUP allowed her to delve deeper into the world of lexicography, the practice of compiling dictionaries. She played a pivotal role in contributing to updates of Oxford's lexicographic masterpieces, including bilingual dictionaries and the renowned Oxford English Dictionary. Her expertise in the English language, as well as her dedication to meticulous research, contributed significantly to the development of these authoritative references. Susie Dent's expertise extends beyond the written word. As our Chancellor has already referred, she is most recognized as the resident lexicographer on the long-running television show Countdown. And indeed, since joining the program in 1992, Her daily appearances, now numbering over 5,000, have endeared her to audiences who appreciate her charming demeanour and infectious enthusiasm for word games and language trivia. In addition to her role on Countdown, she has been part of various other linguistic and quiz shows, further solidifying her reputation as the go-to expert for anything word-related. Perhaps most relevant to the younger audience is her role on 8 out of 10 Cats, where, to use Susie's own words, she gets to work with some of the finest comedians in the country, and Jimmy Carr. It was through one of Susie's contributions to 8 out of 10 Cats that I was introduced personally to the word lalochesia. This is the use of swearing for pain relief and the relief of stress. This possibly accounts, by the way, for a conversation I overheard between our Chancellor and Susie before the ceremony. And indeed, listening to Chancellor's own words earlier, I was uttering a few things under my own breath. The joy of Lex, that's L-E-X for the avoidance of doubt, is something that our Chancellor Giles Brandreth shares with Susie. And indeed, as he has already referred, their verbal dexterity can be heard in a regular podcast, Something Rhymes with Purple. It has to be said, for a podcast that gets 2 mentions in a graduation ceremony, it's clearly worth listening to. Susie Dent's popularity extends beyond television, as she has written several books on language and word origins. Her published works, such as Word Perfect and What Made the Crocodile Cry, provide readers with fascinating insights into the history, quirks, and evolution of the English language. Through her writing, she continues to inspire and educate readers, drawing them into the fascinating world of etymology. Beyond her professional life, Susie Dent is a passionate advocate for literacy and education. Her commitment to promoting language skills and linguistic awareness has made her a respected figure among educators and language enthusiasts. She actively participates in outreach programs, school visits, and literacy initiatives aiming to ignite the same passion for words that has defined her own life. To conclude, Susie Dent is a remarkable wordsmith who has left an indelible mark on the world of language. Her journey from an inquisitive child to a celebrated lexicographer and television personality is testament to her unwavering commitment to the English language. She has captivated and educated audiences, earning her a well-deserved place in the hearts of language lovers everywhere. Susie Dent is a true linguistic treasure, an inspiration to all who seek to explore the intricate beauty of words. Chancellor, in the name of the Senate and of the Council, it is with great pleasure that I present to you Susie Dent for the admission to the degree of Doctor of Letters honoris causa in this university.
By virtue of the authority invested in me, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Letters, honoris causa, of the University of Chester. It gives me great pleasure to invite Dr. Susie Dent to address the congregation.
Thank you, Chancellor. I think that's the first time I've ever brought Giles to tears, at least I hope it is. But I'm really touched by that, and I feel a bit of a fraud here today because I think there should be an encomium for every single one of you, because this day is really about you and not about me. So I will keep this very short. And just looking back to 30 years ago now, where I sat rigid with fear in Dictionary Corner on Countdown, and the cameras turned to me and I genuinely didn't know what to say. Unfortunately, the evidence is there on YouTube. Please don't check it out. But I was a newly fledged editor at Oxford University Press, and I was a really reluctant addition to the Countdown team. My boss asked me 3 times if I would like to go and be part of the TV team on the show. And I said no each time until he told me that actually it would be really good for my job. And I realised I didn't really have a choice. But happily, all those years later, well, I'm so glad that he did try and persuade me, because Dictionary Corner has become my second home. And most of all, the dictionary in front of me has really become my greatest friend. And that might seem odd, because I know dictionaries don't really have a cool reputation. But you know what? They are the greatest thing in the world. And lexicography, for me, is the greatest gig in the world. Because we get to study vast databases of current language. We get to see which new words are bubbling under, which ones are fading away, which words have new companions. And, you know, we get to chart slang, which is the fastest moving area of language, really, that we have. Because as soon as slang is decoded, and as soon as other people understand it, it has to move on. And it's the most fascinating watch. And it's really thanks to the dictionary that I'm here today. I've been a linguistic magpie for as long as I can remember. I was always the one who, during family dinners, would get entirely lost in the ingredients on the back of a ketchup bottle. I'm hoping that some of you will relate to this. The ingredients on anything in front of me, or in fact, any printed word, somehow draws me in. It was the same with shampoo bottles, whose really exotic characters somehow made me want to decode them. They could have been in Arabic, they could have been in Cyrillic, but for me, they were the most glorious things in the world. I know I do sound a bit weird, but stay with me. And I've had hundreds of what might seem to be really mundane encounters that for me were anything but. And I would file them away in my head, or take them back to my nest just like that pilfering magpie. And they were the start of a linguistic adventure, really, that's never come to the end. And one of the greatest rewards of reading the dictionary, and I do read the dictionary every day, has been the discovery of the lost positives of language, because Giles has heard this a million times. But I can confirm we can be ruthful as well as ruthless. We can be gormful as well as gormless. We can be gruntled. We can be kempt. We can be couth. We can be pecunious. We can be wieldy. We can be ept. We can be personae grata. But somehow all the negative counterparts to these positive emotions have remained. All the positive counterparts, rather, all the parents have just languished in the corners of the dictionary, and only the negatives have stayed with us. I also have to mention one of Giles's favourite words, apricity, and that is the warmth of the sun on a winter's day. I must also give a mention to confelicity and respair. And we should all aspire to be good-willy as well, which means well-disposed and benevolent towards others, which is the happy counterpart to its darker siblings, which were evil-willy and ill-willy. But I think it's a reflection maybe of our tendency towards pessimism, that we've only held on to these negatives. And we're really abstemious with compliments as well, and yet we can deliver insults with panache. So anyone who reads the dictionary as much as I do will know how brilliant these insults are and how seductive they are, nudging us towards using them. So a stiff rump, for example, is someone who refuses to budge from their opinion, a bit like a mumpsimus, somebody who insists that they're right despite clear evidence that they're not. The ultra-crepidarian is someone who loves to hold forth on subjects they know absolutely nothing about. I think we all know one of those. And the bloviator is someone who just perpetually blows hot air and doesn't make much sense at all. But if you were to look for equally striking complements in the dictionary, you might well come up short. And there's famously no synonym for love, and yet we have many for hate. And it's quite difficult to be kind, as Giles encouraged us to be, when we have no real words to articulate it. Kindness is everything, and we need the language to back us up. So now more than ever seems the time, I think, to regain these lost positives of language, particularly now in this moment where everything seems so precarious. We must look for the beautiful and the reassuring, what Giles called the glory and the beauty, because they are there. And there's this wonderful Japanese word, seijaku, which means finding tranquility and peace in the midst of chaos. And for me, learning every day gave me that tranquility, and it still does today. And that is really what I would wish for all of you here today, graduating, is that the learning that you have acquired over the past 2 years, 3 years, 4 years of your degree, that stays with you, and that gives you solace and comfort. And this award really, this degree, is a recognition, it's less a recognition of me and much more an acknowledgement of a joy that learning and scholarship can bring. And I'm really touched and honoured by it, because as you heard from David, this is the first time I've actually graduated, which makes me quite emotional. And I hope in some way that I can carry the torch of learning forward, as all of you are today. So here's to Gruntlement, and here's to recombobulation, which exists as well. And in the meantime, there's always pertolerance, and pertolerance is to see something through to the end, however hard it might feel, which is something you've all achieved today. Apricity, I think, let's hope, is just around the corner. Thank you very much.
I now invite Liam Boyle, graduate of the class of 2023, to address the congregation.
Hello, everyone. Let's start with a round of applause in appreciation of where we are in the world and where we have got to in our lives. Amazing. I think it's great that we can all say we studied in Chester. We are all part of a unique group of people who now have a rich connection to one of the most beautiful and historical cities in the world. Look at the cathedral around you. Let its importance fill you with pride and joy. My name is Liam. I studied a 4-year program here in International Business Management with Sandwich Year. In my time at Chester Business School, I've challenged myself, like we all have, and have tried to develop as many skills as possible. These challenges included setting up a completely too-friendly vitamin gummy company, taking part in the Young Enterprise competition, and volunteering to mentor young students to develop their own businesses. I ran a business society to help our students succeed, taking part in the venture pitch and a couple of venture adventures as well, and a few other business challenges and experiences. I juggled this all whilst being a chef and a few other university jobs, and I competed at and coached boxing as well, and I was trying to get the best grades I could as well, so that was, it's been a tough 4 years, but I got there. So these opportunities resulted in me developing both professionally and personally in so many ways, many of which I didn't anticipate, but I was crowned Student of the Year by Bentley and Santander, and had the opportunity to meet the Duke of Westminster, visiting his home, and even speaking at an event there. I invented and developed a new product from concept to market, and have succeeded in quite a few pitching competitions. I finished my degree with a first, and was awarded a valedictory award for my efforts. The university has helped me develop my business and leadership skills, and I've newfound confidence. Whether you believe that or not, there was when I started my course. But if I hadn't had the support and encouragement of the staff and fellow students at Chester Business School and the university in general, I wouldn't have taken the opportunities that made me into the person that I am today. There are so many people to thank, and so to save us all lots of time going through them all, I think it's best to say everyone that I've met at the university has helped me in one way or another, and I couldn't be more thankful. So I hope everyone here is looking forward to the future. You have achieved a lot to be sitting here. Remember this moment, our achievements. Let it fuel your energy for what you do next. I really wish you all the luck in the world. Why don't we have another round of applause for all of the accomplishments we've made as students at the University of Chester.
Well, thank you, Liam. You've obviously made the most of your time here. So, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Professor Eunice Simmons, Vice-Chancellor of the University of Chester, and it's my great pleasure and privilege to address you all in this wonderful cathedral, both physically and virtually, as we mark your individual and collective successes. As we've heard, you're now part of an institution that prides itself with a history of being based in this magnificent city for nearly 200 years. And this sense of place has been at the core of your time with us. You've become part of our university community, located not just in Chester, but also across our region, in university centres in Birkenhead, Warrington, Shrewsbury, and in Rees Heath. So today, we gathered not only to acknowledge the completion of your academic journey, but to recognise the countless hours of hard work, dedication, and passion that have brought you to this moment. Your graduation is not just the culmination of your efforts, but a testament to your potential and the boundless opportunities that lie ahead. But your success is not just about personal achievement, it's about the impact you make on the world and the lives you touch along the way. We celebrate your success not just in achieving your degrees, of which you should be justly proud, but in developing so many skills, qualities, attributes, and strengths as citizen students of the University of Chester. You're now each contributing to society as citizens of the world. A world that is uncertain and which faces many challenges, but one for which you are all well prepared to find your way and make your mark following your time at Chester. The University of Chester and faculty colleagues take great pride in your accomplishments. We have every confidence you will go on to achieve great things. Learn from your mistakes, adapt, keep pushing forward, and always strive to do what's right, even when it's difficult. So now that you've taken your all-important walk across this stage, a few words about the world of business that you've studied in. During your studies, you've seen how much the world of business has changed in this age of rapid technological advancement and global interconnectedness. The University of Chester's Business School has provided you with a strong foundation. But your enduring success will depend on your ability to adapt, to innovate, and to continue learning throughout your life, as we heard from our honorary graduate. We're here to support you in continuing professional development and career advice. And as your career progresses, as a future business leader, you can shape the future, because your actions, your decisions, and the values you uphold will shape not only the organizations you work for, but also the communities you serve and the world at large. Let the principles of integrity, ethics, and social responsibility guide your path. As a business school, we were one of the first in the UK to sign up to the United Nations Principles of Responsible Management Education, and these run through every programme within Chester Business School. We sincerely hope that this has left an indelible mark on how you think and act within your future careers. And you'll be acutely aware that the true measure of your professional success will not be solely in the profits of the organisations you work for, but in the positive impact you make on people's lives and on the environment. And one of the most valuable lessons of your education here is the importance of collaboration. The ability to communicate effectively, understand diverse perspectives, and collaborate to achieve common goals will be one of your greatest assets. And collaboration is also a hallmark of our approach when it comes to research as well as teaching. Recently, the National Knowledge Exchange Framework Assessment, known as the KEF, measured universities across the UK for their activities across a number of perspectives about external engagement, including the work they do with businesses. This year's KEF highlighted Chester's stature as an institution. We're in the top 20% nationally for our research partnerships, for our work with business, for continuing professional development, graduate startup activities, and indeed in our contribution to local growth. As a faculty, our staff and students particularly contributed to these fantastic results. Around half of over 2,000 business interactions each year were driven in a significant part by you, our students. So our student community is a real distinguishing strength at the university. The business school exemplifies this community. We have 2,300 students from over 100 countries, and this isn't just an interesting statistic. This cultural diversity will prepare you well for the highly globalized field of business, because diversity of thought and action brings significant benefits to enable organizations to create sustainable value. So well done and congratulations to each one of you. And I would just like to thank a few who've helped you on your way, to the academics particularly who've taught and supported you throughout your studies. And I just would like to call out to Dr. Connie Hancock, for whom this is her last graduation after 22 years with you, and she has been leading the internationalization of the business school. So could you just join me in thanking Dr. Hancock? And to our outstanding professional services staff who've looked after you in so many ways, some of which you may not even be aware of. To our governors who help guide this institution, to everyone who's made this ceremony such an occasion for you, and to the people closest to you who've supported you during your studies. But mostly to those of you graduating today for choosing the university in the first place. Today, in this wonderful setting, with the splendor and the fanfares, we want to give you a day you'll remember forever. So, what next? Well, I hope the first thing you do is remember to keep in touch. Please make sure to start following at Chester Alumni on social media, because today you can also celebrate becoming part of a community that's over 100,000 strong, living and working in 135 countries. And our alumni relations team is here to help you keep connected to the university. So this is not the end, but just the beginning. So please do visit them in a moment in the marquee to collect your alumni gift bag. And in fact, this week, we're launching our Chester Worldwide campaign. We want photos of you and your alumni bag from all corners of the world. Because the benefits of staying connected are many. In this community could be your next employer, your next mentor or client. Our team will keep in touch, sharing all the latest news from the university and your alumni community via Graduate Shoutout, the monthly e-news for recent graduates. But we also want to hear from you and how you're progressing. So please scan the code in your program and chat to our alumni relations team. So don't forget also, whether this has been your first degree, undergraduate, postgraduate, full-time or part-time, our careers and employability team is here to support your next steps. Perhaps you also want to set up your own business, or you're looking for guidance on a certain industry. Maybe you want to go abroad, or you'd like to consider a graduate training scheme. Whatever you're thinking, don't forget we have an expert careers and employability team who are still available to you now as graduates and for years to come. And finally, we're not the only ones interested in how you thrive in your career ambitions. In just over a year, you'll be contacted by our partners to complete a graduate outcomes survey. Please can I ask you to complete it, because it really helps tell a story about our university and how it supports you into good careers. Your voice makes a difference in ensuring our reputation is strong for you in the future. So, for everyone here, I look forward to seeing you in the marquee on the Cathedral Green to celebrate. To those watching around the world, thank you so much for sharing our graduates' achievements. And to you, our newest alumni, as you embark on your professional careers, I want you to remember the significance of the skills and knowledge you've acquired here at the University of Chester. These aren't just tools for employment, they're instruments for change, for progress, and for making a positive impact on societies across the world. The future is yours. Own it well. And congratulations once again. You will always be part of the University of Chester, and it will always be part of you. Well done.
I declare closed this congregation for the presentation of degrees and awards. Salva sit universitas nostra quod pregantes consurgamus.